time. Saka's up, but also what someone I want to put respect on, Tomiyasu, because I know when he came in,
it's a lot of banter flying
people,
around.
man like Darmesh on Sky Sports was bantering. We all share the clips around. Now
Carvey Solihull.
Exactly. Look what's happening now. Spurs apparently turned him down as well. Was it? Is it not Darmesh? We need to start again.
Yes, people, welcome back to Jamie Vardy's, yours and our favourite show, and that is Weird and Wonderful. What are you saying, Ishmael?
Back, baby. We're back.
What are you telling me?
I'm good, man. The weekend was alright. It was alright still. Ups and downs. Good football, but yeah.
Don't let it get you down, man. Don't let it get you down.
But before we start, sorry to cut you. People, before you do anything else, like, subscribe, share, all that jazz that we normally get you to do at the end. We're asking you to do it at the beginning this week just to make sure it gets done. And you can sit back, enjoy the rest of the show.
Get the bell on. Get the bell for all the notifications. We're going to be going live.
As well. I know I'm ready to go. We got a lot to chop up this week. But I guess there's only one place to start, really.
Yeah.
And that is at what's this?
I thought of something basically.
What the hell, man?
So listen, yeah, this is my way of, or like our way
icebreaker
of having a bit of like.
So I get my H2O ready first.
You ain't on the H2O for this. You gotta do this properly. So basically,
You tell me.
just to like
what's going on?
rub the salt or the alcohol in the wounds. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing 3 shots for the 3 points Man United dropped. And Ishmael will be doing 2.
Man is doing up fucking.
So Ishmael.
It was just in love and memory. One shot for every point.
Yeah, man. If you see the amount of runs spilt on the floor.
Hang on. How do you know? I'm saying there's a point gained. I'm saying we gained a point.
We'll talk about that. Do that shot. Okay.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Then.
Okay.
But yeah. I think.
There's doing another one as well. You picked the wrong week, boy.
Now you got to wear that on the chest.
You know what? I appreciate that. You wear that. Hold that.
You wear
hold
it, man.
that L.
I've got an L here.
Hold
Superman.
that L.
When we win, we're Superman, but today we're L.
Learner.
I don't even know, bruv. Liabilities. I don't even know. Whatever.
But there's only. We'll get onto you, man, in a second. There's only one place we can really start, and that's the Emirates, man.
Yeah, man.
Arsenal fans, you lot were in our DMs early this morning asking for the post. I noticed more time Arsenal fans on a Monday morning recently been getting up late, and I haven't been hearing from you lot till about noon. But
yeah, they've been in bed. They've been in bed at like 6 o'clock.
This morning, 7:30, 8 o'clock, all in our DMs asking for the post. We gave you the post, and now we're gonna give you your flowers as well. Arsenal, performance of the weekend, man.
Yeah, man, without a doubt. For me, I think Arsenal fans were due a performance like that for a long time. They've been patient, bless them. And I think, you know what, like, there's been enough times where Arsenal were giving me jokes. So like,
yeah.
I can give them some flowers now, innit? That was a top performance. That wasn't just a sort of what's it called, a smash and grab. That was like a really well thought out performance. They got the tactics right. The whole team was moving in the same direction. Some great attacking, some moves. Couple man in particular, really. Yeah, and you know what? It was the Utes. It was the Utes that stood up.
Hayland, massive, man.
Yeah, man. And I think especially this is a game where Emil Smith Rowe really announced himself.
We were just saying a second ago.
In the Premier League.
I've got big eyes on certain men who like to have their low socks sometimes. I've seen too many different kind of players with no sauce doing it. Seen the centre backs rocking low socks, DMs. That look is reserved for like a particular kind of real tech. And actually, shout out today, Totti's birthday.
Yeah, Francesco.
One of the low sock original dons.
Originalis.
Saw yesterday Smith Rowe. He was obviously not in Totti's league, but he was moving like he deserved that look yesterday.
Bro, he's
big performance. Big performance. Very impressive yesterday. Goal, assist. And it hits different when it's one of your own as well. Arsenal fans, they got that special affinity with him. What do
you think Smith Rowe's ceiling? I know it's early doors, but if you had to say from right now, if his application's right, if he does all the things right, how good can he be?
It's a different.
Because he could just become another Jack Wilshere.
No,
Jack Wilshere was a baller.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, using him as an example.
That Barcelona game, age 18. Like you'll never.
He was a baller. He was a real baller, man.
It's a difficult one. There's two kind of things that I think you got to factor in. One is that he plays a very specific position as a number 10. You don't really see him as like one of the number 10s you can play out wide or play a bit deeper as like an 8. He can develop that in his game, but at the moment he looks like he's just a 10. Whereas someone like Saka, left wing back, right wing back, left wing, right wing, he's gonna have more potentially game time. And also at Arsenal, like what can you like? How high can your ceiling be at Arsenal at like this current Arsenal at the moment?
Europa League winners.
That's it. Like that's not really like.
Not even that. That would be next season if they're lucky.
Bro, exactly. That's what I'm saying. But that's I think on the balance of yesterday, you got to give Arsenal their props. 3 wins on the bounce now, 2 clean sheets, and that performance yesterday that reminded me of like a Liverpool under Brendan Rodgers, where it's all like 30 minutes, game done, 3 goals, see you later, done. But I was impressed with quite a few, not just Smith Rowe as well. Saka looked good. Aubameyang, Partey was just.
Partey looked good. I think that starting 11. We were talking about him before as well. I think that Tomiyasu.
Oh, bro, yeah.
He's improved Arsenal a fuck lot, and I think considering they had Bellerin, but Cedric's a decent right back. I think Tomiyasu's come in and done well, and I think the fact that he's versatile,
he's got that side down.
The fact that he's versatile well. And he'll be a player that'll be very useful for that Arsenal team. Because I can tell they'll be getting injuries, and they are one, 2 or 3 maybe injuries away from being like quite an average side.
Well, we saw what they were doing beginning of the season.
That's what they could be. That's what they could be when they keep their players fit.
Just on the injuries thing, they shouldn't really be getting like bare injuries. They got no European football this season. Pretty much most of their weeks are going to be
That's
free.
Not how it works.
But you're more likely to get injuries if the more games you play.
Yeah,
Arsenal should not be depleted.
You could get Harvey Elliott. Do you know what I mean? See that they could have that same situation where it doesn't matter if you've been playing a game before or a game after. It's just bad luck.
You're not going to get the muscle injuries like around Christmas where you just see man breaking down hamstrings, calves, like them annoying little ones.
Well, they should be alright. All I'm saying is,
I expect Arsenal to. This is why beginning of the season, if you want to run back the tapes, I had them 6th place. I think Arsenal can. It's early days, and Arsenal. Last time I backed them last year.
I don't know what you're doing. Just chill.
Last time I backed these dickheads, they went and fucking were doing that.
Arsenal aren't getting top 6.
Arsenal get top. They'll finish higher than Spurs. 100%.
I don't think they will.
100%.
I don't think they will.
100%.
I think I said this to you.
Yeah, we spoke about this already. I think the season. I
don't think they will.
Bro, I told you about Spurs, man. This Harry Kane, like we'll get onto them in a second.
I feel like you forget about what Arsenal, what the tendencies.
I know what Arsenal are.
All I'm saying, I think this is the first real performance I've seen from this Arsenal team in a while. I think the whole of last season, I don't think I saw many.
No.
Since the FA Cup final, that's the last time I thought, right, this Arsenal team looks
what FA Cup final?
When they won it, Arteta, the season before.
Yeah, it's time ago.
Yeah, but that's the last bro. But have you taken Arsenal seriously?
I'm not taking them seriously, but I think they're going to do. I think they're going to do a thing this season. I think they're going to do a thing this season.
I'll hold judgment until I see a couple more performances, because I think Arsenal are Arsenal at the end of the day. That's all I'm going to say on that now. But from a Tottenham perspective, and like now we're giving Arsenal their flowers. Tottenham.
Where we start?
In 6 games, they've gone from beating the champions.
I told you about
beating the champions to losing to Arsenal.
This is
convincingly as well in the North London derby.
Spurs were never going to turn up this season. They got too many. Their squad is.
Was that the first North London derby back since? That's the first North London
back since with fans. Bro, I see Spurs man leaving at the 42nd minute.
Yeah. I don't know if that was just to get a pint.
Bro, they need 10 pints for after that performance. They're like, from 1 to 11, they were dead.
What do you think went wrong?
Dead.
What do you think?
The tactic, the setup was all mad. Dele Alli's hugging the touchline, and Harry Kane's doing Harry Kane things and just like playing in his fucking defensive midfield position. Son's made them look a little bit better since he's come back. Obviously, he got the consolation, but. Listen, man, it's all off key, man. If I'm Nuno, I'm dropping Kane. I'm dropping Harry Kane. He's like, how can man have more? He lost possessions more times than he had successful passes.
What's your Spurs team?
Deep that stat. He lost possession of the ball more times than he made passes.
But he's the sort of player. It's like Bruno. It's like Bruno.
When Bruno does that shot bro,
Yeah,
no,
that was
man,
nuts,
that's
that was nuts.
disaster class. He's looking dead.
But I mean, you're
You
not dropping, bro. You got about 15 man in that squad to drop before you drop Harry Kane. If you're talking about bad performances, Harry Kane's got so much money in the bank.
He's leaving a bad smell around. He's leaving a bad smell around at the moment. He's not
just bad vibes there.
Bad vibes there. Dele Alli as well. We spoke about him last week. It's funny, like, sometimes we get proved wrong with these kinds of things, but he's proven us right big time right now. He looks like finished, bruv. Absolutely finished. Didn't do anything to affect the game at all.
Yeah.
Like,
I think he's got to go. I think he's got to move.
Where's he going, bro?
Abroad. I was saying, man, he's got to go. He's got to go abroad. Someone's just got he could go. I think he could go win Serie A with Roma. With Jose.
Jose's comeback thing. Jose don't want him. Jose didn't really want him at Spurs. Like, he's not.
I just think like Dele Alli needs a year abroad, bro. He needs a year abroad. He needs to go learn about himself. He needs to go to a bar and not be known.
You're gonna leave Pep's daughter behind her. That's the thing.
If you go to Italy,
the Zoom calls, yeah.
It's not far, bro.
But he's looking proper done, man. It's sad to see as well, man. Man's 25. Like, he was literally getting talked up as like the heir to the Gerrard Lampard throne, as we were saying before. But I don't know where he goes. I don't know where else he goes in the Prem. So maybe he might have to get a little move abroad, as you were saying.
I think he needs to. I think it'll do him some good.
It's a shame because he got shagged out of that PSG move as well. He was meant. There was talk of that last.
It could have been a different story entirely. He could have been playing with Messi and Neymar and Mbappe right now.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't even look too lit, to be fair.
Yeah, but who you got? Messi or
Ndombele as well. I see how the Spurs fans were getting gassed the other week when he done a couple of nice turns in the. But
Ndombele's a baller. He's just not motivated.
He's just drowning. He's drowning out there.
He's not motivated.
He's drowning out there. The midfield yesterday was like there's non-existent. There's no midfield. At Arsenal, Partey was like just having them all up to himself.
Yeah, I think that's. But I think they made it easy. Mad. They made it easy for Arsenal. I was saying this to you before. I don't know if they overthought the game or like they over prepared or like Nuno's going into it thinking it's the Champions League final and trying to like come up with the perfect game plan. This Arsenal team, yeah, their confidence wasn't sky high.
They won 2 games Their
confidence wasn't sky high. Yeah. In terms of like who your favourite would be, just historically looking at the two teams and the two sides, Tottenham had enough in that squad in that first 11 to win that game. That is
on paper, yeah.
That is a good starting 11.
They just lost 2-3-0 back to back.
Yeah, I know. I can accept that. I can accept that.
So meaty.
But I think
apart from Kane and Son, who would you even think about taking for United?
Mora's quality. I think Ndombele's quality.
Really, to get into
Celso's quality. Højbjerg's quality.
You take Mora.
Højbjerg. No, I mean these are good. I'm just saying these are all good players.
I don't know, man. I think the Spurs thing's a bit like. It looks nice on paper, but if you actually look at their squad, like, it's not all that, man.
I like the midfield. I like Højbjerg. I like Højbjerg and Ndombele.
Skipping them.
No, not those two.
But that's the mid.
The starting 11. The starting 11 yesterday.
What? That's what I'm saying. It looks nice on paper. Put them together. If you look at Højbjerg and Dele Alli, that's not a good midfield. I think it's not. There's no balance at all.
Højbjerg. It's got to be Højbjerg and Ndombele. Like you could. That's a similar like 3 to what Man United have. Or we never do that though. We never do that though. We never play Pogba, Bruno. Like that's like
Pogba. Yeah, that's like playing Pogba, Bruno, Matic.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll speak on United in a second. We got a couple.
But I think Spurs made it really easy for Arsenal. Like they kind of vacated the midfield. They were playing long balls like from the get go. Like it just seemed like they weren't really like.
They didn't have that belief, man. They didn't really think.
The Chelsea boy didn't. They didn't believe in the game plan. It seemed like they were like they were doubtful of what.
For me, yeah,
they were being told. Because that doesn't happen under Jose.
The worrying thing for me is that
not to Arsenal.
Nuno's MO is meant to be. Everything's meant to be like defensively patterned always. Like from Wolves, that was like the criticism Spurs fans had. That he's a very defensive coach. Now he's coming in, he's leaking goals, and the football's dead as well. So it's just like what redeeming features are we seeing at the moment? How long's Nuno got? At the moment?
Nuno's
fine, talking. Man. The only saving grace is that Daniel Levy's not going to want to pay out another.
No, I think
like right after Jose, but it's looking.
If
I'm a Spurs fan, I'm worried right now. I'm very worried right now. It's not looking good at all. The season's already looking like it could be dead. They're in the Conference League. That's nothing to really shout about. I mean, league position. You think they can get top 6? I'm not really sure about that.
Spurs, I don't have them for top 6, but I think they could. I think.
Bro, who've you got? You got.
I've got Leicester.
Yeah. Spurs. I swear down. Let's run back this tape already. You've forgotten.
It must be Spurs.
Spurs,
yeah.
Man's got Spurs.
Stop, wait. It's still so early on in the season. 6 games in. The season.
You can't afford to be.
You
can't afford to be losing too much ground like that already.
I've seen Man United get top 4 after having one of the worst, or getting second after one of the worst.
On that note, let's move on to the second question just real quick because we want to wrap up this bit about Spurs. But I've been thinking last couple of weeks. I've been watching Harry Kane's performances. No league goals yet. I think he's got 1 in the Carabao Cup. I'm watching Spurs play. I'm watching Harry Kane's demeanour. Like, should they have sold him? Should Spurs have sold Harry Kane?
I think right now the signs suggest that his head's not in it. His head's not in it
either. What's he do? He's not. No shots.
Yeah,
no goals.
Well, something's up with Harry Kane, and I think all of this shit about he's a professional. He's a
Gary never needs to lie.
What's going on now then? Do you know what I mean? Like, what is it? What's going on now? Obviously,
it's all peak. It's all peak.
Anyway, yeah, I think Harry Kane, should they have sold him if they didn't get the fee that they wanted? I think they're well within their rights not to sell. He signed a 6-year deal. Harry Kane, you can end up playing at this level for the next 4 or 5 years. I don't even know how long the deal is. 4 years.
He's still got 4
years.
You best
firm it, bro. You best firm it. Like either you start performing well enough for a club to actually pay what Levy wants, which he's been doing for a long time. Because we have to give him credit.
Kane, yeah.
This season's not to be you're not going to be encouraging suitors or driving your price down, bro.
He's still got credit in the bank, man. Harry Kane.
If Spurs don't get a £100 million offer
plus
next summer, they ain't gonna sell after saying no last season when you still got 4 years on your deal. So I don't know what your goal is here. If it's just like, you're a bit down, like, okay, fine. But like at the end of the day,
he can't really be on like a stropping thing.
Pay for a boyhood club, man.
Like, he likes to say he loves Spurs a lot. I'm not really seeing too much love from Kane right now. But you look at City; they're not really struggling without a forward. We'll chat about them in a bit. But I think if Kane had made that move, we wouldn't be seeing this sort of form from him right now. No chance at all. Kane would be on smoke right now.
Yeah,
Grealish, Kevin De Bruyne, Foden, all behind him. No, bruv, the whole thing would have been done.
But still,
the whole thing would have been absolutely done. But it looks like no one's really benefited from this at all. Spurs look worse off. Harry Kane's obviously we said he's got credit in the bank, but this is not good for his brand or whatever. You're seeing Lewandowski this season absolutely shelling out. Lukaku's doing alright. He's got a few goals to his name at least. Like people in Kane's bracket are all going clear at the moment, and he's just like, what's going on? It's dead. Spurs as well, man. It's meant to be their talisman, their local hero.
It's weird because I think
sour end. It's a bitter end.
I think the best performance I've seen Spurs put in this season, Harry Kane wasn't playing.
First game of the season.
So I guess there's something to be said there.
For me, when I watch Spurs, Son's the one that they always really need, because when Kane's not there, Son always turns up. He's had clutch moments when Kane's not been in the team and he gets his seasonal ankle injury. Son's always there to turn up and pick up the can.
Bro, I think there's arguments to be had there. I think that it might cost Spurs more not selling him.
Yeah, because what?
It's weird saying
where's
that.
His value, where is his value?
The reason I say that is because I think that potentially Spurs could be doing better right now. They could have reinvested that money.
But if they got another forward not obviously Harry Kane standard, they got another forward who's sick.
I wouldn't be angry if Spurs sold Kane next summer and got Tony.
Yeah, that's the kind of player I was thinking, like a 40-50 million pound player.
I fucking want Tony, man. He's quality. But no, I think if you look back to that first game of the season, Spurs looked a completely different team, and I think it worked better. I don't know if it's Kane and his new obsession with dropping into the fucking his own penalty box, picking up the ball.
Bro, wait, hang on, no. We need to speak about the third goal. Oh, what the hell was he doing?
Yeah,
what was he? No. What was he doing? Man was doing fucking the breakdance move on the ball, and then he fucking assisted Saka as well.
I felt
What
bad
the hell was that?
I think in his head he's thinking
what
like,
the fuck was that?
I've just given the ball away. I can't make this. I can't have. It's a North London derby. I can't.
Man's doing slip and slide in the box.
I can't make it seem like I don't care. I'm running all the way down the other side of the pitch, tackled him. Ends up playing the ball to Saka. Saka goes through, finishes.
That was comical.
It's funny. It's funny.
Also, there's already charges against Kane for not really being a Spurs through and through. There's pics of him in the Arsenal shirt with the Freddie Ljungberg dyed hair as well. Like the evidence has started to pile up. It's not looking good for him at all, man. I don't know where his season goes. People say he always has a slow start, which he does more time, but something just feels different this year. Something just feels completely different.
I feel like his heart's not in it.
Bro, play fucking football though, man. Like, for your own, you're meant to be chasing down flipping Alan Shearer's record. You're meant to love the club.
Do you know what it is? It's like the fine margins where like he's always going to be able to put in, like he's always going to hit a ball technically, but when your heart's in it and when your heart's not, it's like those split-second decisions, those split-second reactions. The things you don't do, like the things that you do typically, or like. There's like a drop off in your performance. It's just psychological, and in terms of if his head's not in it, if his heart's not in it, no matter how professional he is, it'll show, and ultimately he'll play at a lower level. And so, yeah, I think he should have left. I think Spurs should. It would have
worked better for all parties if he just. They
should have sold him, but I think they didn't want to sell him for 100 million, which I completely see. I think if Jack Grealish is 100 mil.
Kane's he's a little 150.
He's a 150.
He's a little 150. He's a little 150. Man
For
just
sure.
got top assist, top goal scorer. Like that's MVP status.
For sure, and like who's to say he wouldn't have done that at City this season? But
would have balled out.
Because I think going back to that first game of the season, I think City ultimately they needed a striker in that game, and I think there are certain games where the striker is more important, and I think in the games where, for example, Spurs were looking to just counter and play a deep block, someone who can get the ball in and around in between the lines and turn and shoot from, and also just be able to, because all he needs is a yard to shoot, and I think those games he would be super useful for City, and also
City should have just packed both of them. They should have Kane first.
For sure.
That's the mistake I think.
Because he had Grealish had the release clause.
No one, exactly. Calm.
But in particular as well, with Kane, I think that what was I going to say about that?
I don't know,
bro. But yeah, anyway, I think Kane. What was I going to say? Anyway, go on. Yeah, I can't remember.
I think it's time to move on, mate. I think we had a nice little calm start. Kept it neutral. Ollie gonna fucking Solskjaer, bruv. What is going on? How long has he got? Talk to me. Because it's looking peak. Shall we start from the beginning of the week, midweek? Ollie was certain managers say we get too many penalties. Fucking dickhead. Talk with your chest, man. Say his name. That's Fergie. Fergie's saying straight away who he's talking about. Solskjaer's on this little he said, she said thing. Getting rattled, looking mad rattled, even though you lot have had 5 penalties in that time period. But
you can't say he's not telling the truth, though.
No.
They were all penalties.
But life comes at you fast, man. Because what happened in this game?
You can't criticise man.
He looks like an
criticize
absolute dickhead right
now. You can't
complain about the penalties.
I think that's a silly point.
Didn't win the game. It's just
we missed the penalty. We weren't getting those. We wouldn't have got that penalty anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like,
bro, it's just you can't write this shit. This is why I love football so much.
Yeah,
but no, it's not looking good for you lot. 3 defeats in 4 games. Couldn't buy a goal on Saturday. It's not looking good at all. Lost the first game in the Champions League. Got a very hard run of fixtures coming up. I've got some.
I know them, man.
Got some pre-prepared notes here as well. How long has Ollie got? Talk to me. The floor is yours.
It depends, man. I think that's a bit.
Break up into 2 questions. How long are you going to give Ollie? And how long do you think Ollie will get from Man United?
Yeah.
Go answer them.
Because I thought, good. Because I'm glad you clarified that. Because I think it's a bit of a basic question. Like how long will Ollie have? I think it determines.
If things go as they're going at the moment.
Say for example, but I think it's more dependent on like certain things happening. Like if if we get to Christmas, for example, and we're not in the Champions League, or we're not in a title race.
Will that be the straw to break the camel's back if you get?
No, but I'm saying any one of these. I think if we're not in, if we're out of the Champions League, or if we're not in the title race, then I think for me, it doesn't matter about the League Cup. I'm not bothered about the League Cup. Because realistically, if we won the League Cup, if we won listen, this is how I feel in it. If we won the League Cup and we didn't win anything else, I don't think that's a successful season.
But you man can't. You're not in a position to be saying I don't want this cup.
No, but I'm just saying realistically, for me, what matters is the Premier League and the Champions League. That's what I need to see, and that's my heritage in it. League Cup, that's City. That's City. I can circumvent that shit.
The last 18 competitions you've entered, no wins.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But I mean, that's just since Ollie's been here.
Ollie has been. He's failed time and time again. Semi-finals, final last year. The things are not adding up right now. Everyone was telling me at the beginning of the season, Man United got a title winning squad. Ronaldo's come home. Right, we didn't get a DM.
I told you the whole time we didn't get a DM, and the DMs was fucking us up.
We didn't get a DM.
The DM position is fucking us up.
But we got Varane.
We'd be there.
We got Varane.
I thought Varane meant we play a 4-3-3.
Has Varane so far made you that much better defensively? Because I'm still
seeing Maguire in front of you.
I'm still seeing Maguire doing fuckeries, yeah? He was meant to be the guy to come in and calm Maguire down, get Maguire some pace and calm presence, and then everything's going to be looking nice all of a sudden. I'm not seeing that.
Okay, cool. Do you want me to respond to that?
Luke Shaw, I'm going to go through. Luke Shaw's not been the same since he's come back from the Euros.
That's not true.
He's not been as good as he was at the Euros.
He's got more assists and he's got better. He's had a better performance than Robertson. No, but you're saying no. That's your metric. That's how you measure. That's how you measure it. That's how you measure it.
My left back.
Don't talk about my one then.
Bro, we're talking about your team right now.
Yeah, don't talk. Okay,
you got JS.
You can't say Luke Shaw's not. He's had a better season than Robertson did, and he was also injured in that game.
Jadon Sancho, £75 million signing, however much he was.
You can't get past. We can't get ahead of Mason Greenwood.
Man's on the bench.
You can't get ahead of Mason Greenwood.
Why is he competing with Greenwood?
Because Mason Greenwood's a generational. They're both generational talents.
Is he not better on the left?
Yeah, but we had to put Pogba there to fit him in.
Bro, this is square pegs and round.
Because we're still playing McFred. We're still playing McFred.
Bro, listen to what you're saying right now.
We're still playing McFred, and I told you that's where. That's what I told you. I told you the DM position. I told you the DM position is our issue. If he can't keep the boat on a straight course until we get to the January transfer window, or if we can reinvest. If it gets to a point where we're not in the Champions League,
the excuses are just nuts.
No, I'm saying this is what I said to you at the start of the season. I think if Ollie can't get through to we're not in the Champions League, we're not in the title race, and I mean like a proper title race.
Do you think you'll be?
If we're not in either of those two things, then I think that's the right hands on the wall for Ollie.
Do you think you'll be in a title race come Christmas?
Right now, it's not a good time to ask me. But I think the squad. I think what we also have is a very competitive Premier League. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be.
So we do.
No. Listen, you asked me a question, yeah. So listen. I don't think it's going to be. It's not going to be a runaway. I don't think Liverpool are going to run. Well, from the looks of it, Liverpool aren't going to run away with it. Chelsea aren't going to run away with it. City don't look like they're going to run away with it. So I think it's about being consistent. The games against Villa, when we have a chance to get a point instead of losing 3, I think ultimately those are the games that we look back on at the end of the season, and we sort of count those points and say, if only. I've got to say, look. In those last 2 games at Old Trafford, against West Ham in the League Cup and against Villa at home. No goal scored, but about 56 shots in that game in both two games. At some point, for me, I'm looking at the players on the pitch. I'm looking at the players on the pitch and I'm saying how is that team? Look.
Every time Ollie, you just
it's not Ollie. I haven't got onto Ollie yet. I haven't got onto Ollie yet. I think I'm looking at the players on that pitch and I'm thinking you should be doing better. So I think the issue is that the players weren't playing well there. First and foremost, they weren't converting chances in both of those 2 games. I was pulling my hair out both of those 2 games. So I'm not going to say I'm not just going to excuse the players and say Ollie's the reason. Ollie's the reason we're losing these games. He needs to go. I think Ollie needs to improve a lot. I think he's running on borrowed time now with these 3 defeats.
With the team
we needed to ride that wave at the start of the season. We didn't ride that. The waves come crashing down now. I think in terms of the players and Ollie, we need to find a way of doing better and actually finding. Because do you know what the thing is? Yeah, I think these last 3 games have exposed a lot of Ollie's weaknesses. Yeah, a lot of the weaknesses that Ollie.
What are Ollie's weaknesses?
The Ollie gets thrown.
You don't like to talk about.
Let me finish what I'm saying. Like, I feel like those last 3 games have like exposed Ollie, like a lot of the traits that Ollie's been like criticised for having, and I think that in the last 3 games we've seen that, and I think one of them is like the persistence to stick play with McFred. I honestly I can't. That combination is gonna cause us.
Bro, it's gonna give
me anxiety. It's gonna be a heart. Like, but I'm gonna get ill off the back of it. And like I said last week, if we continue and persist to play, it's not even just Fred. It's McTominay in that game was terrible as well. It was just fucking disappearing.
Pass on, mate.
I just didn't see him at all. But Scott's got more credit in the bank than Fred does in this situation. But for me, I think the McFred partnership's gonna cause us to it's gonna count us out of a lot of titles and silverware at the end of this season, because it's just not good enough to win major titles. I think Ollie's I think that his persistence with Pogba on the left. I think we should have been moved Pogba into the midfield. We should have either played him next to Fred or McTominay. I don't want him playing out on the left wing anymore. I think also that I can't really give him that much criticism, because we lost Maguire and Shaw had to make 2 subs. Like, I wouldn't have wanted him to make like an early sub in that game, and we would have spunked all our subs. It could have gone a lot worse basically. But yeah, man, there's a lot of things to sort of to mull over. Like, in terms of that performance, it wasn't great, but I think we produced enough chances to win that match. One thing
Villa
I do think
let's not sleep on Villa as well.
No, for sure, man. And I gave them a lot of credit. We were lucky to be even in with a chance going into that penalty in the final. Into
it was an unlucky one. It was a pen, but it's one of them ones that it's just like, it is unlucky still. And
bro, also, I didn't even want to put it in the post on Instagram, but their goal shouldn't have counted.
Like, doing this offside thing, man.
But bro, what do you mean? What's going on with VAR? What is going on with VAR? But on a level, if we scored that, that's not given.
That's not what we do in this United.
But you got to say no. But you got to be honest. You got to be honest. That gets looked at. If that's in the last minute, it gets looked at.
I'm not looking at.
But what do you think though? You can't say that's not offside. It's been given.
You lot are shocking. And then you can also say that you should have scored your penalty. Then it would have been even.
But their goal shouldn't have counted.
Bro, your penalty was a harsh one. So.
It's a pen though.
Bruv,
it's like the one we conceded against West Ham. It's a pen. We literally agreed on it. But that goal shouldn't account. I think we've been unlucky this season.
Ollie's doing up.
But it's not
looking like a rattled guy.
You can call decisions out individually and say they were wrong. And I think there've been a few
Ollie's got to be
saying
wrong. My tactics are shit. That's the first thing he's got to be saying. You can't be talking about.
Yeah, there's more to. Yeah, exactly. But if you're looking at the reasons we conceded the goals,
I've got a quick question for you. So your next 10, we won't do the European ones because I feel like that might not be where Ollie's job really is hinged on. But your next 10 league games, so you got Everton this weekend, then Leicester, who're looking a little bit suspect at the moment. Liverpool, Spurs, City, Watford, Chelsea, Arsenal. Like, so what was
we need that? I think this is what we need.
Because that is not an easy run of games at all. Obviously, you got Leicester in there, Spurs struggling a little bit, but they've both got players who can cause you a lot of danger on the day, as of you as well. But from those next 10 games, how many wins do you need to see from that? What do you need to be seeing? Because you got Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool.
I'd probably say I want at least 6 wins at least.
But right now, can you actually see you getting 6?
Oh mate, these are the games that I've more faith in us like winning.
Well, it's easy to say that because
bro, no. Like, this is like the games we drop points in are the ones where we're flopping against the little teams that just fucking park the bus. If we're playing against teams that want to attack us, you're sort of
individual freestyle things.
Well, look what happened with Leeds. Like, when players come at us, then I think we're a different threat. And also in all those games, we're playing our best team. Best believe Ronaldo's doing bits and. These are big games, isn't it? These are big games. And look,
I'm going to say these are big games. I'm going to save this for Screamers and Howlers. I've got my number one Screamers absolute hero this week.
But I think we've got players that will relish those games. Like, I think we'll be alright. We just got to see how bad that Maguire and the Shaw injuries are.
I think Ollie I think
mainly the Shaw one.
I think Ollie's lucky if he gets through that list of games.
Bro, we'll go on a 15-game win streak now. That's the thing with Ollie. Like, that's genuinely the thing with Ollie. Like,
bruv, how many times? Get another bottle.
How many times have you been? How many times have you been in this position?
But the guy's got the most almighty judge I've ever seen.
Yeah. How many times have you been
on the brink more times than anyone else?
That's what I mean. Every time.
See, when he used to wrestle Hulk Hogan, he used to do like the fuck, the powering up. Ollie's got that in him, mate. Just comes out of nowhere. on the games, Ollie's got that in him, mate. He just comes out of nowhere and he'll just put on a madness. But I feel like
that's what I mean.
I feel like this time.
That's all I'm gonna say is just
it's looking peak.
Doubt Ollie, and that's when he always comes up trumps. And for real, I reckon we could go on a madness from now. I think we could go in a madness. But important, bro, what I'm pranging about is this Wednesday. If we don't get 3 points, this is a sticky situation. Sticky.
Villarreal, away.
Yeah, home.
All right.
Sticky, bro. First home game back in the Champions League for a minute.
Good evening still there as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
You lot are about to get patterned. I'm calling it now. You lot are about to get patterned nicely.
Okay. Well, look, this is the sort of energy I need. This is when you're like about to when you're about to start stamping on Man United's head, yeah. That's when we fucking grab the foot and we're like, nah, blood. You. Do you know what I mean? But nah, look.
We'll see what
let's just be real. Man United took a major L.
I think
that Bruno pen was embarrassing, confusing, frustrating, heartbreaking. All of those emotions.
Wait, just one thing quickly. He needs to. Well, not him in particular. Players in general. I don't want to hear these long Instagram captions after the game. Like, just you missed a penalty. It's fine. Move on. You've done enough clutch things in your time. Just relax, man. It's dead. Like,
Bruno, if you're listening, just allow it. That's coming from a Liverpool fan. You've done enough clutch things, man. Chill, it's cool.
Relax yourself. You don't want to hear, I'm very sorry, like, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Just zip it up, train harder, come back next week, relax, yeah?
Yeah.
So you should be doing your own celebration, block out the noise.
But, I think, to answer your question, how long's Ollie got? I'd say he's got until he either out of the Premier League title race. If that happens before Christmas, I think he could be off by Christmas. And if we get knocked out of the Champions League, and if that happens, I think if we get knocked out of the Champions League again, I think that's as far as.
Don't make me say it again.
That's honestly that's as far as it goes, because the title race we could be in it until fucking May and lose. But if we don't get to the champion, if we don't get out of the groups,
2 years in a row, bounced out of the group stage.
If we don't get out of the groups,
fact that you're even entertaining this after one game, do you know how mad that is?
Bro, that's the thing.
No, just say it. Do you know? Just deep it for a second. You're talking about going out.
Already. But man said young Bulls have got 3 points head start on us. Do you know what I mean? And we're playing against Villarreal and Atalanta. Them two teams are bogey teams. You know what I mean? They've got bogey. They one beat us in the Europa League final. Fucking Europa League. And the other just has fucking judge written all over it.
We niced them off 5-0 last year. Draw a hat trick. Yeah, easy, light work.
But like anyway, I wanna see us in the next round of Champions League, and then this. I think we can forget about the league. We can forget about the League Cup. The Premier League L was a tough one, but thankfully other teams have softened that blow. So.
Is that your little segue thing? Yeah.
Is it cool? What you want, bro?
Bruv, come, let's go. Obviously, we was at the community stadium on Saturday. And showed no love to us at all. Rather than bounce us back to Merseyside. 1 point should have been 3. My emotions have been going up and down. After the game first finished, I was like, you know what, great game of football. Share the point, not too bad. We'll go. But the more I think about it, it's actually quite jarring. You know. That's what pissed me off, guys. If you've not seen it, go onto our Instagram, WN Wonderball, and check out that post, because I think what the admin did very, very well was to paint that as like as a point earned, almost as a point one, as a point one. Advert for Premier League football.
Yeah, but bruv, you're not in the Premier League's marketing team, bruv. You ain't got to worry about the advert, bruv. You got to worry about, bro. For me, yeah, what was worrying? I'll get to the point for Liverpool. What was worrying for me wasn't just that you conceded 3 goals, because you did. You conceded 3 goals to a newly promoted team. With a full strength defence, even goalkeeper as well. Like there's no Nat Phillips, Reece Williams, kebab shops, nothing. You can't blame anyone. You got
I can blame some people. Trust me.
Okay, cool. But I know. But I mean, outside, you can't blame anything off that. Like that is your starting defence. Yeah. and you got head up.
Those games can happen.
For sure. But what was more surprising for me was that after Pinnock scored his goal, and then you get back level, and you go 2-1 up, that it's not 3-1, 4-1. Do you know what I mean?
Salah did miss that gilt edge shot.
That's what I'd be more worried about, because I think the Liverpool team of old, and this is what I always had to bring it back to, is that have we seen the best of this Liverpool team? And I feel like when we see performances like that didn't happen, bro. That didn't happen. And when I'm seeing Van Dijk getting out-jumped by
bro,
some...
He didn't even get out-jumped.
He got out-jumped, bro. He got out...
We're going to talk about Virgil in a second.
We got out... When I'm seeing him getting out-jumped for a goal, for a ball that's literally on the goal line, like... You're saving, like, if you can't get up for that, you can't get up for anything.
Man's 6'4" as well. He's got a head start.
Do you know what I mean, like, bro?
A big head start. Listen, we'll get Van Dijk. We saw the best and worst of him. But first of all, let me break down the game as I saw it. First things first, I'm gonna have to actually be honest here. Yeah, Klopp has to hold some serious corn for what I saw.
How long has he got?
Let me not allow it. Because I say this. What I always say about Ollie, in-game management. Yeah, IGM, in-game management. You've got to see something that's not going right, or if it's going right, and you've got to make changes. You've got to adapt to what you're seeing in the game. Trent was getting 3-on-1, 2-on-1 every time balls were coming in from their right hand side.
So Klopp put another man out there.
Someone at least should have been watching.
So Klopp brought James Milner on.
No, he didn't bring him on.
Oh, so he didn't.
He didn't make the change that I could see he should have made.
Right.
Curtis Jones scored an absolute banger. Took him off literally straight afterwards. I don't know what.
I think he had it ready on the button.
Bruv, you call him back. He said I got the wrong number. I swear you don't let that happen. Yeah. Man just got an absolute screamer. Hooked him off. Brought Bobby on as well. That made no sense. Went 4-2-3-1, and I could see what was happening. We weren't making the right calls in the game. Klopp didn't make the right changes, and the in-game management from our own players as well to not see that game out. That's not good enough. It's not good enough at all. 82 minutes, you should be seeing that out, man. Salah as well. Obviously got his 100th goal for us in the Prem. But you've got to bury that. You've got to be burying that, man. That's bread and butter. But I'm not too annoyed, dude. I'm not going to catch you on here too, ranting and raving too much, even though I just went on a little rant.
It's worrying for me, man.
Listen, well, do you think we should be worried by that performance? I know you're gonna do your little spin thing, but
well, no. I mean, I think the performance itself was definitely. It showed signs of like some signs for concern anyway. In terms of just like the way to sort of get up against Liverpool, to sort of suffocate them.
They weren't even really suffocating us. Like second half, we haven't
seen someone manhandle like Verge for a while, bro.
Tony's different, man. Tony's different. I'd take him at Liverpool. He's a lifelong Liverpool fan as well.
Yeah, he's a baller, man.
Yeah, I'd take it. If Brentford do a little second season syndrome thing next year, 30 million. Just come on, Tony, come home. Come on, we're happy, bro. We're happy.
No, but I just think I think in terms of like the season, it's not gonna derail your chances. It's not that deep.
We should be winning. We should be patting Brentford.
For me, like I think the worrying thing is that look, you saw two rivals drop or to get dealt some L's.
I'm just gonna check that Brighton score real quick.
Yeah, but you saw your two rivals drop 3 points, and you couldn't react. Like I think it's always harder when you're the team leading. Do you know what I mean? When
Palace 1-0 up, half end.
It's always harder when you're the team going first. Because like Man United, do you know what I mean? But Liverpool knew you could be 3 points clear at the top of the table.
4 points. 4 points.
4 points.
Yeah, because we're a point clear at the moment.
No, because you drew rather than lost.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Keep going. You could
have been 3 points clear. You could have been 3 points clear at the top of the table.
Probably,
so I think that's why I'm kind of thinking that Man United, like we can have some bad performances, yeah, fair. But I think in terms of the whole season, it's about just staying in there. We're 1 point off. So like I'm not gonna throw the babyface assassin out with the bathwater. Do you know what I mean?
That's never catching on. Just cut that out, bro. Cut that one out.
Shut up. Alright, look. I'm not gonna throw it out. I'm not gonna get too like carried away. Basically, I think we're still 1 point off.
At
We
one
still
point,
qualify
though,
for the
at
Champions
one point.
League. We're just out of the League
At
Cup.
one point.
And I can
At
deal
one
with
point-
that.
At one point,
But we need to show.
run.
Yeah, we
Going mad,
but
man.
that's the thing. We've shown that we can do that as a club. We still haven't lost away from home for so long.
Bro, this away record is
No,
so
but like
high,
that's
if let me just
No,
if
no,
you're,
no,
if
but that's
you're
got-
losing bad games if you're losing games at home, your away record is pointless. Really.
no, it's not. It's more important.
Brother, man, like your home form is dead and your away form is really good. Is it not better to have some
Sort
sort
your
of
home
balance?
form. But sort your home form out.
Bruv.
You got like. All you got to say like if you can't. Wait.
Listen,
You got to say.
them
Look,
records-
we've got a decent away record.
Nah,
we just
dead.
sort our home record out.
Bro,
but
those
all I'm trying to
records-
say
those
is
records-
we've shown signs of us going on long runs
Those
without
records only mean
losing,
something if we're winning
getting
trophies.
results. Do you
Those
know what I mean?
records only mean something if we're winning trophies.
Yeah,
alongside it.
but that's the
Like,
point, though.
we had that
Those
home
are those
record, we
records
won
that
the
win
league
you
and the
titles.
Champions
Those are the records that win you titles.
What
at
have
the end of the day.
you done for me
No,
lately?
but those
What
are the
have you
ones.
done for
Those
me
are the sort of
lately?
things you need to have. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not-
You need to go on period. You need to go for long periods of feeling like you can't lose.
Unless you lot are converting these awards for most away wins into titles.
You just don't like, bro. You just don't like. It's not an award. It's not an award. All I'm saying is our form. We've shown in the past that we can be streaky. We can go through periods of like exceptional form. Bro, we just went on a period of like great form. Do you know what I mean? Culminating with that fucking young boys loss. Do you know what I mean? But that's where it That's where it went. That's where it went.
But we've spoken enough about our teams. Now. Let's move on a little bit.
Yeah.
The other early kickoff on Saturday.
That's what I knew. There was going to be judge involved in this game. I knew that game was going to be fucking
How
annoying.
many games have you had on TV this season? Because you lot got shagged for the Newcastle game, Ronaldo's big homecoming, streamed from all over the world. Yeah. And now you've had this one early kickoff and not on TV. That's got to be that's got to be a first. Or very rare.
I've never seen it before.
Bruv.
That's why I was like, I was looking at it, I was like, this is, I know something booky's going to happen because why is this happening? Why? It doesn't make any sense.
So I was watching the game.
Why have two games at early kick? It's the early kickoff, not the early kickoffs. Bruv. That's not a thing.
The thing's all about. I don't know who made that call on that one. It was a bit of a myth, but. Stamford Bridge, obviously that was billed as like one of the games of the weekend, or if not the game of the weekend. Rerun of the Champions League final, but not a rerun in the result. City dominant,
City
really. City absolutely pammed them, man. Had them pending literally from minute one. Chelsea kind of came back a little bit after the goal, but really, to be honest, it could have been 2-3. Grealish had a couple of good chances. Jesus obviously got the goal. He had another good chance as well. Like Chelsea weren't really at the races at all, man. I was disappointed to see. Like, do you think we gassed them up a bit too much at the beginning of the season?
Not at all, man.
Or you think they're still going to be there and thereabouts?
Yeah, I think in a similar. I think we can go back to some of the questions we've asked and get some answers. Like, were we too quick to write off Jesse Lingard? So I think we can't go from like last week saying Chelsea are in with it to suddenly Chelsea aren't. What I think, my
uncomfortable questions.
Yeah, it's important questions you got to ask, but I feel like we're in and around the right areas constantly. So Andy Townsend thing, but for Chelsea, I can't remember what I was gonna say.
I took so long to land this point as well. No, you're saying that we're somewhere in between with Chelsea.
Oh yeah. I think what happened. My sort of overview of what happened in that game was that I think Tuchel is very like his system is, if you were to be quite honest, is quite a defensive one. They
rely on scoring,
absorbing a bit of pressure and moving it quickly through the lines, and they do it very well. And I think that's perfectly suited to a game against Man City. But I think playing at home, got to have a bit more impetus in your. It
was a bit
more intent in your.
You can't lay down in your own home like that and let City just. That's you don't. Even if I tweeted it actually during the game. Even if Chelsea got like a sucker punch goal and 1-0, I wouldn't be happy as a fan with what I've seen. Like, I don't want to see my team at home do that to another team. Like, for me, there's a lot to be said for like the aura you create around especially your home ground as well, and perception plays into it. You don't want to be perceived as a team who's going to let other big teams come to a ground and like dominate the ball. You want to be the team who's on the front foot. And Chelsea, man, you could say it was a 3 at the back, 5 at the back, but if you really want to break it down, they're playing 5 defenders very flat and 3 holding midfielders in front of them. Kante, Kovacic and Jorginho all playing in front of them. and just 2 up front. Bro, it was 8-1-1 that they were playing basically, and it just all looked a bit stiff, man.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I think in terms of just saying whether like should do City, would it be wrong to say City needed a striker when they got Jesus?
Yeah.
Like, were we too rash in saying that Chelsea were going to be like up there with winning the titles? I think both of those questions,
they can coexist, don't they?
Exactly, and I think Chelsea didn't necessarily write them out of the conversation. I think they're very much still in it. The only problem being that I think Tuchel, I don't know. I think in terms of the way he played and he set up his team at home, not in a cup tie. Like I think you've cost your team the 3 points by not giving them enough going forward. Because I think in terms of the way the game was played and the way City play and the way Chelsea typically play, I would have said from the get go that Chelsea would have. That it would have benefited City just because they like to keep the ball, and I think Chelsea would have been happy to counter. But
thing is though, what I think Chelsea, I had them to finish 3rd, I think, at the beginning of the season, and my thing with them is that I think they are still going to struggle to score goals if they don't keep a clean sheet.
Oh, they got Lukaku though, no?
Bro, let me land. If they don't keep a clean sheet, can Chelsea score 2 or 3 goals to get back into the game? I don't really know about that. Obviously, they got rid of Tammy and brought Lukaku in. That's just like for like, really. Like, not in terms of goal of output, but in terms of players, that's like for like. They're not adding to Tammy's goals from last year. I think you got like 10, 12 goals. They're not adding to it. They've just replaced it with maybe 25 goals, 20 goals. From midfield, Kante doesn't really score. If it's an open play, Jorginho's not really getting you a goal. Kovacic doesn't really score. Mount's not had a goal or assist, I think, since I think it's been like 23 games or something like that. Havertz looked like he was going to start joining the party a little bit, but he's slowed down as well. Ziyech has been a bit of a myth. Like, where do the goals come from if Lukaku's having an off day? Who's getting the goals?
Well, typically it would have been like what, Mount and Giroud.
Yeah,
Giroud's
like,
gone.
He had the goals. If you really check their squad, if they're not scoring first or if they're not keeping a clean sheet, I feel like Chelsea that might be their Achilles heel this season. That might be where they fall down. Defensively, I think they had a bad day on Saturday, but I think I've been impressed with Mendy since he's come in, especially this season. I think he's gone up another level actually. They got Thiago Silva, Rudiger's flipping doing up renaissance settings. He's come back. Aspilicueta still looks like he's going. Alonso's made a comeback as well. Defensively, I think they're sound, but going forward, I think that's gonna be where they fall down this season. That's what I think that's gonna stop them from winning the league.
Yeah, I think you got a point there. I still don't think Lukaku's enough to win in the league.
Hey, bro, he had not a good game, man.
All I know is ain't nothing changed with Lukaku. Bro, he's the same player.
Well, I need to apologise. I made comparisons with Hasselbank and Good Johnson, with Lukaku and Werner. The black guy, blonde guy thing. The link up was non-existent. There was no link up.
Yeah, bro. I think, and also those 2 players are not. I'm not trusting either of them. Either one of them to not fucking fumble over the ball or like trip up over it, or do something that you're just like, how have you done that,
bro? It was all looking a bit mad, to be honest. Couldn't keep the ball, especially if you're going to play a system so defensive. You need to, when the ball's going up in transition, you need to make it stick. The ball's not sticking. The ball's just cannoning off. Listen. As much as we're being critical of Chelsea, I've got to big up City as well. City, the press was, that's how I like to see football being played. That pressing 2s, 3s, 4s, get the ball quickly, suffocate the team. That was City at their best. As much as Chelsea had an off day, City, that was Pep's that's Pep performance right there.
Yeah.
I think I've gone back and forth on this, as I think you have as well, with City. Do they need a striker? Do they not?
They definitely do need a striker.
I think Pep could have been playing possum a little bit, man. He could have been sucking us in a little bit, telling us he needed a striker. They've got goals on their team. They've got chances. They'll dominate football matches pretty much every week, and there's a lot to be said in that.
Yeah,
but what you say? What do you think? Do you think Pep was playing mind games a bit with how much he was saying he needed a striker? Or you reckon they can go again?
I don't think he was saying that, was he? I mean, he wanted.
They made it very obvious that they were after.
I don't think he's ever. I don't think he's come out and said that he needs a striker. He just said obviously Harry Kane, who don't turn that opportunity down if it gets brought to you. But no, I think City need. I think
Ronaldo as well after. Apparently.
Yeah, exactly. But
so
I think City need a striker. Eventually, I think Jesus is good.
He's doing up right wing at the moment.
Jesus is good, but I don't think that he's only one player, of course, as well. Maybe they can get enough of Ferran Torres, but
they got enough players.
They've got enough. Yeah,
listen,
you would say that. But like I said, I think there's certain games where they will need a striker, where you're like, I need someone to just finish this. I need someone to make a chance out of nothing.
I can't even make my mind on this, because they've got players. If you look at their team, De Bruyne will get you like 7 to 10 goals.
No, he doesn't do that anymore.
He'll get you 7 to 10 goals.
He literally got like one goal last year. He didn't do shit all last season.
You're opening some little agenda.
No, but he's not done anything for so long. He's been injured.
It's because the Bruno comparisons. No,
he's just been injured. He's been injured. It's like
KDB. The thing is that
he's a baller. There's no doubt about it. But people just love saying KDB without even thinking about the question.
He doesn't need to. He actually had a shit game. He actually had a shit game against Chelsea. But
can he do anything wrong? No, he will never be criticised.
The guy is clear, The guy's absolutely clear. And he doesn't need of every midfielder in the league bar Pogba.
No, he's not, bro.
Who else contracts him? Who else contracts KDB?
There's a lot of ballers, bro. Look.
Let's talk to me. Please,
Bruno
name
as well.
Top 5. Give me your top 5 midfielders in the league. Go.
Well, this is going
please.
so...
I know, but I need to hear this, because I swear that...
So KDB's in it, Bruno's in it,
Pogba's give me the order. Just give me the quick order now. Don't tell me... I want order, straight.
I don't know.
Bro, just tell me. Who do you think?
I had to come up with 5 first, though. Okay, if I was to do top 3, I'd do Bruno.
Bruno first? Oh, my...
No, maybe not. Let me just work out the 3.
Cut the tape now.
Bruno, Pogba, KDB. I'd have to say Bruno would be top, over the past 2.
Bruno's the best midfielder in the Premier League, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he has been. I think that's fair to say he has been. He's got the most goals, got the most assists.
He's not even playing in the middle of the field for starters. Man's playing up past Martial.
He plays in the middle of the pitch.
Listen, Bruno's not in Pogba and De Bruyne's bracket.
You don't know about football for saying that, bro. But Bruno's a top quality player. I can't say he doesn't pass the eye test. He does some mad shit, bro.
Bro, he does do mad shit.
He does some mad shit. I don't understand how you can't appreciate him, bro.
He does do mad shit.
He's got a hat-trick first game of the season. Like he's a baller, bro.
What's he done since?
He's a baller.
Been on since?
He's a baller. But what's KDB been on, bro?
KDB, listen. KDB.
When was his last assist?
KDB.
Last goal.
I think this is his first start of the season.
When was his last goal?
He's been injured, bro. What are you talking?
But he still got Player of the Year last year.
Bro, no one thinks
that's my point. I'm not saying that he's not a good player.
He is a supreme baller.
When he's at his best, but he's not played there in time, bro.
Only Pogba can track him in the Prem.
I think Bruno's definitely in the conversation, 100%. When Bruno's been outperforming Pogba since he's arrived.
I don't know what conversation.
Bruno's outperformed Pogba since he's arrived.
Forget goals and assists and stats for a second. Talk about what you can
Luke Shaw's the best left back ever of all time.
I
got any goals of assists.
You can't say
that. You can't say that. You can't say that.
Let's just do Spurs and Howlers, because
you can't say that. You can't say that shit. You can't be like, forget goals and assists. And then when we're talking about the right backs and left backs, you're like, goals and assists, goals and assists. Bro, they're fucking defenders, bro. But when we got a fucking attacking midfielder scoring goals and assists, you're like, forget about it. Get out of here, man. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us. This has been weird and wonderful. But yeah, let's do Screamers and Howlers quick time.
Oh my god,
it's true though. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's a good point. I feel like
funny.
You could, anyway, go on.
What are you saying?
I'll start with my Screamer this week.
Jesus Christ.
I'll give it to Arteta, because I think he deserves it. He's been having a lot of shit from Arsenal fans. I think admittedly fair, but when you look at the team that he was putting out against Spurs compared to the team that he had at the start of the season, I kind of understand it. I kind of understand why they had such a shit time. Yeah. But I think Arteta. I'm not saying he's going to take Arsenal to mad heights, but I think if he can keep that starting 11 fit, they've got a good chance of doing something this season. When I say doing something, I mean breaking into the top 8. That's Arsenal doing something. That's Arsenal doing something.
Ready for this last year? 8th.
Bro, do you know how many 6 teams there are?
Yeah, trust.
This isn't fucking 2002.
Trust. Yeah. Okay. Well, was that your screamer then?
That's my screamer. I think I give it to. I think he just deserves it. I think I like a little, because you can tell he knows about football. He's not an idiot. Like, it's good that he's finally got a team there that actually looks like a team. They can
I said from day one. I think Arsenal can do something this season. What that
top 4?
Is? No. Bro, relax. Fool me once, bro. Fool me once.
Go on, you jump in, mate.
Screamer. I felt I was saying off camera, I like to try and go a bit left field. Oh yeah, Fulham, the Fulham players when they celebrated with that with the young fan who's got cerebral palsy, is getting trolled online. That was nice, beautiful to see. They all jumped in over the thing in it. That was cool.
Yeah, proper club.
Fulham, yeah, man. I like
proper family club.
Time for Fulham, man. Other screamer. Who else can get a screamer? Who else has been doing?
You only get one, bro. What's going on?
I'm trying to see who else. I'm just trying to. Is that definitely going to be my screamer? Who else has been out there?
Why are you trying to fucking hedge your bets? Just put your screamer down.
Yeah. I'll go Fulham or Ivan Toney. One of the other.
Screamer. You said the Fulham one. You can't now go back.
But I like to get.
That's deep. That's deep. Well, think about the kid, man. All right, now cool. My howler.
Go on.
My howler has to go.
Ollie.
To Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Right, you actually doing it?
Yeah.
Bro,
for sure, man.
This is the first. I never thought I'd hear this.
No, bro. I'm not. Look.
This is the clip.
The thing for me, yeah. Look, I'll sort of look straight down the camera. I'm a Man United fan. Yeah, I support the club. I support the players. I support the manager. Yeah, it takes a lot for me to turn my back on the manager. I don't. To be fair, it's never happened. I don't turn my back. I don't say Jose out, Oli out. But Jose, I stopped watching his interviews, press conferences, all that shit. I just, do you know what I mean? Just zone out. I just accept it's a toxic relationship.
Saw the Sanders.
With Ollie, he's earned up a lot of. He's taken my club from here to here, and I'm like,
where to where?
From here to here, we're getting closer. Do you know what I mean?
Do that again.
Here to here.
Let's bring that down a little bit. There. Go on.
Yeah, we've got a title-winning squad. Whether Ollie is the man to take us to winning that title, I don't know. But like I said, look, I've got a lot of love for Ollie. I have to caveat it with that. But how you cannot? Okay, look. How we can go 2 games at Old Trafford with having 56 shots and not scoring a goal?
Is that actually 56 shots?
It's 28 goals. I remember it was at 2020 in both of them, like 56 shots in both of those games. And with that squad of players and not win and not score a goal, for me, that has got to be a screamer. When you got Ronaldo, Pogba, Sancho, Greenwood, Howler, Pogba. It sounds like it should be a bad thing though. You're a screamer, mate. I'm screaming about you. Like Bruno, all of those quality players, and like not score, to not get a team out there that looks like they're going to play in a cohesive style. That was a real bad moment. I think that was the closest I've been in a long time to fucking throw my membership in the bit. No, I'm joking. Nah, but on a real, Ollie, that's not a good look. You need to up it. Otherwise, yeah, man, you could be in a bit of trouble. What about you, man?
Howler. Have we given him?
I want Ollie to do well. That's the thing. I want him to do well.
But we know what you want from Ollie, but he ain't got the minerals to give it to you.
I'm not saying that because I think he surprises people, man. He surprises people.
I think I was going to give it to Ollie.
You would have thought he would have been out of this by now.
Bro, he's clung on with his deer. You know what? I'll give him credit. He's like a little cockroach. Like, when you think man's done out here, he just comes.
My man, like you just like if it's a fucking that comet like that killed the dinosaurs. If it hits, he survives. Right?
He's the only one out here.
He's still about, bro. He's still stringing. He's still putting his team shit out.
Oh, I was gonna give it to Ollie as well for the press conference, but I guess I should try and do it for someone different. Have I done Harry Kane yet this season? You must have done.
Probably, I don't know.
Probably. You know what? Nuno's got to get it. Nuno, big L for you, man. Tactics wrong. You turn up like a side man, just ready to lie down for them, doing up long balls. Like it wasn't really. I didn't really believe after like 5 minutes that Spurs were going to get anything out of the game. Nothing really changed my mind over the whole course of it. So I guess Nuno's got to hold the L this week. Yeah,
I think there's a classic example of overthinking it for me.
Yeah. No, I hear that.
You went in too deep. Thought it was El Clasico. You had to come up with a fucking game plan. It was like a 2-leg game plan. Like you had to, I mean, like if that Arsenal team was there for the taking at the end of the day, and they didn't get took.
But props to Arsenal.
Props to Arsenal, but they made it like Tottenham made it easy for
Actually, no. Let me run it back. My screen bar is Troops. Bro, I don't know. This guy is just cash money. I fucking love him so much.
He's funny, but I don't even find that funny.
No, he always just turns it into like a fucking like WWE promo. Like he's my guy. Troops is my guy.
Nah, I rate.
Who did I give my screen to before? The film. No, actually, no. I'll give it to them.
You're fucking deep, bro.
I'll give it to them.
But
anyway, Nuno dead.
Yeah, I'm happy to crown that one over. I ain't got any more.
By next week is you Everton next Saturday, haven't you? I'm looking forward to next week's show, man.
Oh, it's gonna get. It's about to.
The facts.
It's about to get real. And do you know what? Like I back Ollie and.
Say your chest, bro.
I back Ollie, bruv. I back him.
Who do you back?
These are the games where everyone's like, Ollie, I'm watching you, and he's like, alright, cool, you watching, yeah? Yeah.
Bruno,
you got this, boom, alright, cool, 5-0. Like I'm not worried about these fixtures. If anything, I can't wait to find out what we do in them. And do you know what? Either one way or the other. You think Ollie's gonna leave? I think Ollie's gonna get sacked if he doesn't perform. I know, but you think there's a chance that he might not get a good run of performances or run of.
Yeah, I do.
And I'm just looking forward to this. So either way, something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen.
Let's leave it there, man.
Anyway, guys, you know what to do.
Like, subscribe, share.
Like and subscribe.
All of that business.
Share. Man, thanks for joining us. We'll be back for another show. Maybe have a surprise one in store, but we'll let you know about that on our Instagram page. Make sure you're followed on there as well. WN Wonderball.
Twitter, same handle.
All the same stuff. And TikTok as well. WN Wonderball, putting videos out there now. So
my Gen Z's out there.
Yeah. Exactly. Anyway, people, that's been Weird and Wonderful, Jamie Vardy's favourite fucking show. And peace.